Hi guys and welcome back. Did you hear the news? Yes, it looks like that is happening again. FTX could be the next big crash like what happened with Terra and Luna. Yes or not? We will discuss about it together and stay tuned because probably this will be the most important video from now to the end of the year. Because if anything goes wrong into this situation, literally the market can crash in a way that was literally unpredictable. So stay tuned. Just before to start, guys, let me say that this channel is about educational content and nothing has to be intended as financial advice. If you want to invest in anything, that's great, but do always your own research before. And guys, don't forget also to check our links into the description below where you can find our weekly newsletter, Twitter, and don't forget also to leave us a big thumbs up and drop a comment. That's the best and the easiest way to support us. If you want to support us in any other way, don't forget also to check all the other methods through our description below. Okay guys, so let's start immediately because it is pretty important what is happening. As I was telling you, FTX is in trouble, or at least this is what is pretending. These are the rumors that are coming from CoinDesk. If you're wondering what is happening, it's pretty simple. Sam Bankman-Fried has two companies. From one side, FTX, and on the other side, Alameda Research. So what is happening is that Alameda is owning a lot of FTT. FTT is the token of FTX. And it is using, or at least this is what this article is saying. Don't worry, I will leave also this link into the description below. The article is pretending that Alameda Research is using its own FTT in order to use as a collateral, so bringing billions of dollars as a loan against their own FTT. What is the point? The point is that FTT has a value that is quite weak, or at least we are still talking about a utility token of an exchange. So the real kind of value that is backing this asset is still quite poor, or at least quite weak. So what they are saying is that they are printing money out of thin air. Is it true or not? Let's try to understand the whole story, because that's quite broad. Indeed, the story is not ended here, because on top of that, as you can see from CZ that is tweeting, it is saying that yes, Binance still has around $500 million of FTT, so the token of FTX, and they are planning to sell. They have just moved this amount from a wallet to Binance Exchange. If you're wondering why CZ is owning so many tokens of FTX, the answer is quite simple. Binance and CZ are one of the first investors into FTX. They have incubated the project, and right now they are simply exiting. So in a certain way, they have helped FTX to grow. They made their exit, and right now they want to simply clean the sheet. As you can see from also this other tweet, what they are saying is that it's nothing against FTX, but the goal is simply to prevent any other situation like what happened with Luna, where Binance lost billions of a possible exit that never happened because they never sold. So they are saying, after what we are reading, after the overall situation, we think that for us it's better to sell. Is it legit? Is it not? I don't know. I'm not here to judge the Binance strategy. I can simply say that they are ready to sell. That's the reason why Alameda Research and FTX answer, guys, don't sell on the market, but instead we can buy the whole stack of 500 million with a price of $20, $22 per token. We will go through the price analysis in a moment. I want to just show you one thing here that is showing us as just 1 million in selling pressure is causing something like minus 2%. So imagine which kind of impact a selling pressure of 500 million can bring it to the market. That's the reason why the same CZ was saying, guys, the whole process of selling FTT can take months because otherwise the risk is that we will not receive enough money. It's still not clear which kind of strategy CZ will use. Will he try to dump FTX will simply try to take the maximum profit for Binance in terms of from that stock of $500 million. That's something that is not clear. But on the other side, what is pretty clear is that the panic is starting, because as you can see also from here, he is one of the most important influencers when it comes to cryptos. Get your funds out of FTX. And this is exactly what is happening. As you can see from this breakdown by Nansen, a lot of funds, we are talking about hundreds of millions, are gonna from FTX to counterparties. And the reason is because people are start to panicking. And to be fair, if you're asking me which is the best strategy, what you should do right now, well, I don't think that the situation is dramatic, but personally, I'll withdraw all of my cryptos from FTX for the simple reason that I already lost money from the story of Terra Luna, and I want to be completely safe. I have still faith into FTX. I still like their platform, but honestly speaking, I don't want to be exposed to this story, because the reality is that from one side, we have this story about a possible loan that is not backed by any kind of asset, but just FTT, and it is quite big, they are saying. Because again, also in this case, there is no real proof. It is just a rumor, but it was enough to start this mess. On the other side, and this is something that is a fact, Binance is planning to sell. Panicking into the people is something that is another thing that is quite real, and that's something that we are seeing it from this screenshot. And on the other side, the consequence is that, as you can see, I will just hide myself for a second just to give you the opportunity to see the whole chart. This is coming from a cryptoquant. I don't know if it is precise, but if it was, the number is quite impressive. As you can see, this is showing the reserve in terms of stable coins of the FTX exchange. And as you can see, it is dumping in the last couple of hours just due to this story. In my opinion, it looks like that this number is too low to be true. I don't know. More verification should be done, but that's a matter of fact that something it is going on, because as you can see also from this tweet, yes, I'm not so sure that this chart is exact, but it's true that FTX is receiving stable coins from Alameda Research for an amount that is around 257 million just in the last 24 hours. So yes, something is going on. Is it so bad or not? That's something that I don't have an answer. Going on, I want to also show you a couple of wallets that are coming that are managed by Alameda Research. This one is the biggest one. It's around 2 billion, but among these 2 billion, around one of them is just on FTT, so the FTX token. After that, we have this one is 12 million, this one is 43, and this one is another 64. Don't worry, also in this case, I will leave all the links into the description below so you can check them by yourself, you can dig, you can also try to track all the history, so what is happening into the different transactions. About the wallet story, I want to add one other thing. It's still not clear if the wallets that we have seen are the whole or if there are other wallets. It's not something that is not allowed us to know. The reality is that at the end of the story, it's not so important, because even if they have a lot of other money, the point is that this is what is worrying me at most. People that are scared, that are simply withdrawing funds. And that's the reason why I have done the same, because at a certain point, it's not even important if the company is good or not. What is important is how people are reacting and how they are feeling right now. It is rather better, at least for me, to stay safe, to take some time and to see what will happen. And again, after that, maybe start reusing FTX, that personally speaking is still one of the exchanges that I prefer. But right now, at least, could be a good point, start to be safe. Going back to the token of FTT, I want to share with you this chart because I think it is quite interesting. As you can see, right now we're around $22, and all the people are simply start screaming that FTT is dying and so on. And that's true that just in the last couple of hours, the price has gone down by, as you can see from the chart, around we are 15%. That's quite a lot. Not to mention that in the moment when we are talking about this token, we don't have to forget that most of the time they are also manipulated by the owner, because FTX, Alameda Research, they can buy more tokens in order to maintain the price. That's something that is normal, and it has always happened with the tokens of a specific platform. The reason why I'm showing you this chart is just to say, yes, it's true that we are dumping, but on the other side, we don't have to forget that we are at the same price of not even 2 weeks ago. So nothing is compromised, and the chart is still looking pretty cool. The point is that if this blue line will simply be broken on the downside, and that could be a problem, because instead of still being around 20, we are just dumping and we are reaching something like 18. From 18 to, let's say, in this area here, it is just 10. There is nothing. So in this case, yes, it could be possible to have a dump, at least technically speaking, of a 50%. Anyway, as I was telling you, guys, right now the situation is, from the rumors, from the kind of feelings in the community, pretty bad. From the price analysis, it's not so bad, because we are just checking again the support. If it breaks, yeah, that's not a good sign, specifically because we have behind a team, a big company that is trying to support its own price, because they know that if for any reason the price of FTT starts to crash, that would be a really bad sign for the market, and the amount of withdrawals that are happening right now on the platform can even increase. Anyway, we will keep following this story. Don't forget to check out our Twitter, because I will share other information also about this story directly on Twitter. So don't forget to subscribe, to follow us there. And don't worry, I will also keep you posted also here on YouTube. Anyway, guys, try to stay safe. Don't ignore the signals. Don't be panicking, because at the moment we are just talking about rumors, but rumors that are big enough to move the market. Guys, thank you for following me. Don't forget to leave us a big thumbs up and to drop a comment, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye, guys.